Enough is enough. They've absolutely destroyed football. And I sit here furious, angry with fans, the media and everybody else that we have allowed this to happen. Officiating in the Premier League is beyond a joke. And what we've basically been left with is this game that just doesn't make any sense anymore. Tell me in the comments if you know what a handball is. Tell me if you know what a red card is. In that FA Cup final and in the Arsenal-Wolves game last night, I saw tackles that could have been red cards, could have been penalties, and you sort of sit there and go, who knows? How is this good for football? I used to go with my dad, with granddad, watch it on the telly. I used to watch a game and know what was a handball. I knew what a red card was. I don't know anymore. So how is this for the betterment of the game of football? And what amazes me is, whether you're a Chelsea fan, a Liverpool fan, a Manchester United fan, an Arsenal fan, a Wolves fan, across this season, we've all been done over badly. And if you lived in a town where the PGMOL were openly pissing in the water supply, everybody would do something about it because the water you're drinking is piss and everyone would be outraged. And yet in the football community, we are basically allowing this to happen all season and just going, what can we do about it? Well, enough is enough. And why are the mainstream quiet about it? Why are other websites quiet about it? Why are other influencers quiet about it? Because they're just chasing the bread. I've been doing Goldbridge Saves Football podcast with Will for a year, and we talk about the big things that are destroying football openly. It may have a bit of a cult following. Maybe more of you will listen to it. But we're passionate. We care. We care about this game. We care about fans. And we care, most importantly of all, about this spectacle that we love, that we've loved. I mean, I've got a book here. I've got a book. Where is it? So this is a book I got the other day, right? It's the complete sticker book from 1986 to 1993. My very first sticker book was 1987. I remember it vividly. You've got, let me just go to some random page there. QPR, Jim Smith was the manager. David Seaman was in goal. That's why I love football. That's why I love football. As a young kid, I just fell in love with it. There was no Premier League. Football in the late 80s, we didn't really have any foreign players. We didn't have the Premier League. It wasn't what it was. It was a pure time. It was a time where you were down the park playing jumpers for goalposts with your mates because you loved football. Some people were playing cricket. Some people were playing rugby. It wasn't necessarily, it was the people's game. It was the most popular game, but it wasn't the brandification that we get now. We've lost football. We lost football in 1992 and we're going to lose it again because of this new Champions League policy. But the fans are the lifeblood of football. And when I look at what's going on in football at the moment, I mean, what are we actually doing? Chelsea Man City yesterday. It's the most blatant handball in the penalty box you will ever see. It's 0-0. Chelsea are the better team. They get that penalty. They score it because Cole Palmer doesn't miss. They're 1-0 up. City are knackered. City are out. Michael Oliver's decision and the VAR completely changed the course of that game because of what? They don't want to follow the rules? It's not acceptable, and it's not the first time it's happened. We've seen an onside goal not given for Liverpool, which has probably cost them the title. There's been other decisions around handballs all season. Wolves should have another 10 points. The integrity of this season is gone, but what it is like, it's almost like we've got ourselves to blame here. Who is actually doing something about this? Why aren't people doing anything about it? You get these ex-players who, they want all the follows on Twitter, they want to do their podcasts, but they don't want to do anything for the fans. They get their paycheck from Sky or TNT. They don't want to ruin that. They don't want to help the fans. Nobody is actually helping football or the fans at the moment. And it amazes me. It absolutely amazes me. This morning, I got up a little bit late because it's a cup semi-final. I've got stuff to do. I look around the papers. I look online. I look on YouTube. Nobody's doing a video like this. And it stands out like a sore thumb. And I hope more people do it because we do need more of it. But when I'm looking around and no one's talking about the things that frustrate me and I believe is frustrating you, I think everybody's on the gravy train of selfishness. All people are thinking about is their mortgage, their wage, how much can I earn out of football? And I'm like, no, that's not why I got into this game. I mean, yeah, you do make money from it, but everything from Manchester United and the United stand to that's football is about passion. Everything I do is about passion and love for the game. And that's my driver. That's my motivator. I couldn't do as much as I do if I didn't get up every morning and I was motivated to be passionate about football. And we're losing this. We're losing this. And you know why we're losing it? Apathy. Apathy is why we're losing it, because at the start of the season, PGMOL are a joke, VAR's a joke, the Premier League are a joke, and everyone was very angry. And we hoped they would do something. Something's got to change. Liverpool spoke about suing them. Arsenal spoke about suing them. And what did the PGMOL and the Premier League do? Let it die down. And what actually happened is, you go down your local restaurant and you order a steak, and it's cold and it's fatty and it's not very nice, and you complain about it and they say it won't happen again. You go down the next week and you get the same steak and you go, oh God, it's not as good, sorry, but next time we'll make sure it's okay. Third time, it's the same again, and you think, what's the point in complaining? So you end up going every week and having the same steak that's not the quality, because you just can't be asked to complain anymore. That's what they've done. That is exactly what they've done. It's actually got worse across the season, but people don't get as passionate about it anymore, and it's wrong. I'm going to use yesterday as an example, and please tell me how this is acceptable. When you look at a particular official who I think this season, and there's plenty of bad officials. People get in the comments with officials that you think have made multiple errors, but one that jumps out to me is obviously Michael Oliver, because he's meant to be one of the best referees in the country, and he has made a ridiculously amount of decisions that have really helped Man City this season. And let me just go through them. In my opinion, he shouldn't be refereeing a Man City game. He shouldn't have been refereeing that game yesterday, but Howard Webb and everyone else just gives it to him. And I'm going to tell you why. And maybe, look, Michael Oliver might get his lawyers involved, but he'll struggle, because this is just... Why are they not talking about this in the media? What I searched before I did this video today, Michael Oliver, Man City decisions, to see if any journalist has got the balls or the chuff to actually say something about this. No. Nobody is. So we will do it, because I'm passionate about football, and I believe that in life, away from football or anything else, if you're passionate about something and you truly believe it's for the betterment of society or whatever, then you should have your say. So I'm going to have my say on this. And I hope that it inspires or gets some people to talk about it at school, work, or in somewhere where we can get some change tomorrow, because we're not the enemy as fans. We are actually the antidote. We want better football. We want football that we can watch with our family, our friends, our children, and say, that's a red card. Oh, he has given it. Good decision. That's a handball. 100%. Yeah, he's given it. They know what they're doing. Instead of watching it and going, what the fuck's happening to our beautiful game? So Michael Oliver this season for Manchester City, let's go from recent to not recent. Last night against Chelsea, handball. Handball, handball, handball. Grealish is stood in the wall. He jumps up. He extends his arm. The wall's purpose is to block the shot. He's used his arm to block the shot. He's in the box. It's a penalty. There's no debate. There's no rule. There's no debate. That's just human error. He makes the error. Why does VAR make the error? I understand one person making an error, but 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people all making the same error. That's sinister. Like, you ask 5 people if that's a penalty, 5 people are going to say yes. So why are 5 people saying no? It's sinister. I'll come back to that in a moment. But that's a penalty that allows Man City to go through. So that's number 1. Number 2, a few weeks ago, 1-1, Anfield. Liverpool were all over Man City. Well done. That's not what we're talking about. Final seconds of the game, Doku kicks McAllister in the chest. It's a foul anywhere else on the pitch. It's a foul. Michael Oliver's the referee. He doesn't give it. It finishes 1-1. Man City are probably going to win the league now. If that penalty was given and Liverpool score it, Man City wouldn't be in a title race. So systematically, Man City are in an FA Cup semi-final and a title race because of this bad officiating, which happens to be by the same guy. There's a link here, just before we move on. There's a link here. So I've heard the audio of the Liverpool penalty, and before VAR have even reviewed it, Michael Oliver's going, no, not a penalty, not a penalty. To me, that is completely wrong. I think that, and this is only guesswork, this is speculation, but Michael Oliver is a very respected referee in the refereeing world, and I think that those referees in VAR are intimidated, because why would they not turn it round? And we haven't heard the audio from the FA Cup semi-final, but have we got the same scenario again? Did he say anything before they reviewed it, such as, his hand's in a natural position, not a penalty for me? That is not the purpose of VAR. You absolutely are wrong. As a referee, your job is to create an entertainment and authenticity. You are a human being on a football pitch that can't see everything and cannot see the context of everything. When it goes to VAR, you cannot go on the audio and say, no, natural hand position, or no, he's gone for the ball. You are a human being with eyes. There are computer angles that will see the truth. And I would love to hear the audio from that FA Cup game, because if he's done it again, then you've got to ask a question about how weak VAR is, that they're being influenced by the on-field pitch man. They shouldn't say anything. The referee on the pitch should say nothing. They should make their decision and say nothing until the decision comes through, because that was a disgrace at Anfield. You then go to the Manchester derby, where you've got Højlund and Rodri in the box. Cross comes in. Anthony Taylor's the ref. He says play on. Suddenly, Michael Oliver and VAR says you might want to look at this. Penalties given. You see this happen 10 times a game. It wasn't a penalty. Man City get a penalty in a Manchester derby. They probably would have won anyway, but it was 0-0 at the time. You go to the Emirates. Kovacic, 2 red cards on Arsenal. Arsenal still win the game 1-0. If they'd drawn that game or lost that game, that would have been as big as the Doku or the last night thing. Blatant red cards. Michael Oliver gives neither of them. And on top of that, Man City against Fulham, before that, at the start of the season, Fulham playing fantastically well at the Etihad, probably deserved to be winning. It's 1-1 at half-time. Corner, Akanji's in an offside position, interferes with play, goal given, Man City go in, 2-1 at half-time. They've got the momentum, they win it in the second half. Who was the referee in that? Michael Oliver. So, look, there's 4 or 5 ridiculously crap decisions with his fingerprints on it. But why is this not being spoken about? Like, at the very least, Howard Webb should be removing him from Man City games. He should have done it weeks ago. There is a series of wrong decisions by him that have benefited Man City in the title race and in the FA Cup now. Why can't the mainstream talk about this? Why can't journalists talk about this? Why aren't they talking about this? It's incredible to me. Why are fans having to do the research on this? And they will just sit there having their Sunday roast or whatever it is they do in their spare time. And they'll just go, look at these fans. Oh, look at Goldbridge. Yeah, just ignore him. He's hysterical. It's sensical. It makes sense. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's not just those circumstances. I don't know who was refereeing the Wolves games, but they've lost a load of points. Everton have lost points. Manchester United, Arsenal. Everybody's had this all season. And what amazes me is there is no winner in this. We're all in it together. When Liverpool were the victim of that onside goal being given offside, I said at the time, and I had a lot of Liverpool fans message me and said, well done, mate, because you're a Man United fan and you should be laughing at us, but you're actually doing it because you care about football. And I stand by it now. I don't care if Man City were the victim of this. I've not mentioned 115 for 12 minutes. This is not about Man City. This is about the officiating in my country, in our league, that is impacting the biggest league in the world. Everybody all around the world is being, victimized by a destruction of the beautiful game in front of our eyes. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And like I've seen probably 6 or 7 decisions this season, that handball yesterday is a disgrace. It's not Grealish's fault, by the way. It's not Man City's fault. I mean, none of that. Man City fans should actually be watching this and agreeing with it. Because you, hopefully at some point, will get 3 or 4 bad decisions. And you will need everyone else to go, you know what, 115 or whatever, that's a disgusting decision. It's not Grealish's fault. He's got away with it. But from every angle, that is a penalty. Every angle, from where Pochettino is. Michael Oliver's closer than anybody, by the way. He's looking right at it. What is going through his head to not give that penalty? And will he be held accountable? Will he fuck? It's disgusting. I tell you what, it's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting what they've done to football. They've destroyed football this season. They've destroyed it. The integrity is gone. And that's not melodramatic. It's gone. Liverpool can quite rightly say they should have another 4 or 5 points. Arsenal can probably say they should have another 2 points because it was a foul on Gabriel, in my opinion, and I'll say that all season. But multiple teams can say this. And what's being done about it? Nothing. All you get is a Twitter account moaning about it, me moaning about it, maybe another one. But all these journalists that have been to fucking university to get a blue tick, and they sit in press conferences every week. What? Do you understand what journalism is? Because proper journalism is uncovering and discussing these sort of things. It's so bloody stale. It's all about, can I get an interview with Jordan Henderson? Oh, can I have an interview with Saka? Like, do your fucking job. You're meant to be journalists. Give the public what they want. which is controversial but well-sourced facts around things that are destroying this game. Why are you talking about the Champions League as well? The Champions League's crap. We're playing 2 more games to play in a league that's got 36 teams in it where 24 of them can go through. Sounds amazing. I'm sure by game 6 we'll be seeing Real Madrid putting their strongest team out against Salzburg. I mean, it's just money. It's money. Everything's about money. Everybody's staying quiet because of money. Why is it that when Liverpool had that onside goal get taken away, you had certain ex-players on mainstream saying it's a disgrace, and then 24 hours they completely changed their tune and said Liverpool were a disgrace for moaning about it? There's stuff going on and it's not right. And you know what? What's the problem with a Gary Lineker last night, or an Alan Shearer last night, or a Mika Richards last night, or whoever these good pundits are? What's the problem with them saying, you know what, my problem is, it's blatantly a penalty. There's 5 people there who've said it's not a penalty. And also, this particular official has been associated with some really strange decisions towards Man City this season. If he was refereeing the final and I was Coventry or Man United, I'd be putting a petition in to say I don't want him to referee the final, because it's just, we're not saying he's corrupt, but there is a really, I wouldn't have confidence in him. It's not about corruption. You just wouldn't have confidence in him refereeing the game well, considering the amount of bad decisions he's made this season. Why aren't people saying that? Like, I guarantee you, pound to a penny of shit, if bloody, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody. If Liam Gallagher did a gig live on TV at the O2 tonight, and he was swearing, he had a sore throat, he couldn't be asked to sing the lyrics, he'd get absolutely slated for a bad performance. Why are we not trying to improve what's going on in football? It's a disgrace. Why are they a protected species? Because we must respect referees. Of course we must respect referees, but we must be respected as well. We've gone too far. It's like referees, we've got to respect referees, but with that respect, there's no accountability. And with no accountability, you create a dictatorship. And with a dictatorship, they don't care. Whatever I do, I'll be fine. And that's just not acceptable. Anyway, get your comments in below. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you later. I think it's disgusting. Really disgusting.